Hey there, if you guys could do me a quick favor and hit subscribe to my channel, it really helps me out, gets my videos recommended more, gets me more views, and it just motivates me to do more stuff. So, and also comment and like, and now let's get to the video. So, where do we begin? So, the first time I attempted to fix the problems on this side, which were really some deep key scratches, which were there when I bought it. I tried to do a little touch up with some black Rust-Oleum automotive spray in a can, and it just did not really work out well. It didn't match the areas where there was clear coat, because I was putting, spray paint over clear coat, so it was just really possible for me to blend it. So the new plan now is, you can still see the scratches through where I painted, so I added some of this spot glazing putty to sort of fill in the scratches. Here's one example, that little pinkish stuff, reddish stuff. So then sanded that down. I started with 220 grit, then 320, then 400, and then with the 400 I just went and did the whole side, because my plan is to, from here to here, all the way down, I'm going to spray with, I have a quart of Rust-Oleum black that I'm going to put in my spray gun, and it may not look really great, but at least the whole side will be one consistent color. It won't be all blotchy and hopefully not so weird looking. So this was just the first step. Just wiping off all the wet sanding residue. Now you can see where these scratches were filled in. These areas here. The other thing I'd really like to do is deal with these rust bubbles. I'm just thinking this is just the tip of the iceberg, and I'm afraid what's going to happen once I sand that down. I also want to paint this little piece because it's all peeling up with the clear coat there too. And I got to do something with the roof. Taking off the window trim just so I can get to this panel better. The bottom pieces, I thought they had clips, but I kind of just reached in with this and pulled it back a little, and it just peeled off. It looked like it was glued in. Don't know about that. The rest of the pieces, they have these clips, and what you do is you just get in there and like this with this hook, and what it does is it just grabs these little clips and it pushes them off their little mounting stud. And I think I have some new clips, because as you can see, these are so brittle, they're just disintegrating. So when I put it back, it'll be on there better. These clips are just, they've had it. So I think that's probably good enough what we're trying to accomplish here. So I did 220 grit over the clear coat to base coat transition. Then I did 320, then 600, and I did basically like 2 rounds. I did it and then I did it all over again because I was still getting a little ridge. This is the clear coat and this is the underlying base coat, primer, and I guess this is some kind of seal coat, epoxy primer. This car was repainted before, and for whatever reason the clear just did not hold up well, unfortunately. So I'm just going to go over this with a little primer filler. This went down to the metal because it was a little rusty here. Here there was some bubbles, and underneath were some little holes and divots. And same thing down here. This was the worst part. It's supposed to rain pretty heavy tomorrow, so I'm just going to cover up some of the bare spots with the primer. So I'm probably going to regret even touching this. I'm not good at body work. I'm not experienced in it. I don't like it. And I'm not good at it. So it's just always has bothered me, and going to go against my best judgment and try to fix it. Hopefully I don't make it worse. See what happens. There's some major holes here. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if there was rust here and they painted over it previously, because I mean that was really coming through pretty badly. I've really seen anything like that on a trunk lid. I got all the spots. I'm just going around. There's little bumps everywhere. There's these little pinholes, you know. Well, some of them are big, but it looks like this had already been done by somebody else. You know, there was little pinholes and they just put some filler over them, which means it's just going to keep coming back. Unless we start doing some metal work on here, which I'm really not good at, but I might have to over here. I mean, this is just really bad. So I might just start with this one first, see how it goes. definitely been worked on before. I mean, you can see somebody drilled a hole and injected something in there to fill it, I guess. See what I can do and try to patch this up somehow. Short. Alright, so I made a little patch. I had to trim it like 1,000 times, but this is as good as I'm gonna get it. I have a really crappy flux core welder, and I'm not really good at it, but I'm gonna give it a go. And hopefully this kind of repair will last longer than whatever they did before, which was, I think, just filling it up with filler. So, see what happens. Going to put some of this Rust-Oleum rust dissolver in here, just to try to help keep this from flaring up again as much as possible. So this is the welding rig. There's a reason I got this one, and it was because it was the cheapest one I could get. At the time it was about $100, I think, Harbor Freight. Okay, so that's going to be it. So, you know, it is possible to do this with the flux core welder. I found that when I needed to fill the little pinholes, putting it on the minimum setting helped a lot. The max was tended to just melt right through. So it's a little, there is a little low spot there. That's going to get filled in with some filler, but you know, a very small amount. But it does look a little yeah, we did warp this quite a bit, so I'm gonna have to try to bend that back, and yeah, some filler, some primer, some paint, and that's gonna be it. I don't know how much more of this I could stand. That one other spot over there probably needs a patch, but see if I can work myself up to it. So I had some lunch and then I got a little burst of energy, so I went ahead and did 2 patches over here. This went a lot better than the other side because I kind of had a clue as to what I was doing. It still took a while, but not as long as the other side. So I'm gonna put some filler on this and that, and all these other little ones where there was really no hole, like stuff like that. It was just a little bit of surface rust. Down here we have a bit of a hole, and down here, so I might do those another day because running out of sunlight here. Pretty much took my whole day. Not really what I wanted to be spending all this time on, but you know, I'm happy that the rust is gone. Hopefully this does end up looking better. I mean, it's got to look better than those crazy bubbles, right? So I'm gonna just sand this a little more and then mix up some filler. All right, so I did the first layer of filler. I skipped this spot because this is just kind of gnarly, so I think I am going to come back here and do a little patch another day. So I filled in all my little spots. First layer, it's going to need a lot of sanding and probably a few more coats of the body filler. I am running low on this stuff, so I'm going to have to get more. And yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is, this is kind of getting redundant at this point. So you guys already saw how I was patching everything and doing this process, and the rest is just going to be kind of boring, like sanding and whatnot. So I think I'm going to finish this video off here, and then I'll make a part 2, or really, if you want to go back to the beginning, it'll be like a part 3 of the final sanding, the final painting and buffing and all that, putting everything back together. So because this is getting very long at this point. So, and I just want to say one other thing. Check out DD Speed Shop on YouTube. This guy Dan, he's awesome. It's one of the best car YouTube channels there is out there. I watch him all the time. He's just fearless. He does all kinds of crazy projects, turning 4-door cars into 2-door. And he really makes this stuff look easy, and he really inspired me to do this. Like, I never would have tried cutting out a rust bubble like that probably, you know, a month or 2 ago. In fact, even today I was still trying to work myself up to it. But DD Speed Shop, Dan is the man. Thanks for watching. Just remember, if I can do this, you can too. So get off your couch and go fix something. Get your car going.